I have watched Katikati and it is amazing. You're incredible in it, as are you. The writing is incredible. The team, some of the guys behind Katikati are now here with me, Elsaphan, Njora, Nyokabi, Geithaga, Mugambi Nthiga, and Mbithi Masya. Guys, congratulations on Katikati. It's an amazing film.
Thank you.
I watched it last night at the premiere at the Nairobi Film Festival, and I was just like, wow, I am too invested in this. Like, I want to know what happens next. I'm like, oh wow. Okay, that was unfair. That was me throughout the film. I'm not even messing with you guys right now.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
That means a lot.
This is Katikati went on to the, I need to say this right, Toronto Film Festival. I nailed it, right? Yeah. So to the Toronto International Film Festival. And we won a big prize. Congratulations to Mbithi. And you were there.
Yes.
And because I do my research, we found your acceptance speech.
Oh wow.
Which was incredible to me. But before we play that, I want to play it.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to play it. Yes, we want to embarrass you again.
All right.
Let's talk about how this came together though.
Yeah, so Katikati is the fifth film produced by the initiative, the co-production between One Fine Day Films and Ginger Inc. They have made other amazing films such as Nairobi Half-Life, Soul Boy, Veve, Something Necessary. So this is the fifth film to come from that. And it kind of all started 2 years ago when I got a call from the producer Sarika. And then we started the journey with Mugambi writing the story, and shortly the team got bigger, and the film is finally here in Kenya.
The idea behind this kind of halfway place between death and whatever, the afterlife, is brilliant. But also when you think about the thought process that went into crafting it and what happens then when people come in and leave, I don't want to give it all away, but I just think it's a brilliant idea. So that must have been difficult, writing something that has never existed before. If you're writing about war, if you're writing about death or love, it's so much easier, but this is kind of a new territory.
Yeah, well, because it was the idea had such novelty to it, we found that we actually had a lot of freedom to really just create the world. Mbithi came to me, and the first parameter we're given is that the entire film is set in on location. So we thought that was a barrier. Yeah, we thought it was hard, but with Mbithi's idea about exploring the afterlife, and what if they don't really have it as easy as we think on the other side? Boom. And suddenly we had this freedom to come up with the story that you saw last night.
And you also make a cameo in the film.
Yeah, I do. And it's proper cameo. I think it's all of like 25 seconds.
It's a good solid 25 seconds.
Best 25 seconds.
Thank you. Best part of the film.
At least you get a credit as an actor as well.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Two credits. I like
Nyokabi, you are incredible in this film. I think your role and how you carried it is just outstanding.
Thank you very much.
How did you prepare for this, and what was it like for you doing it?
Wow, how did I prepare for that role? I just read the script over and over and over again. No, I mean, I don't think there was any way to really prepare for it. I just felt that if I read the script enough times, if I get to know the character, then when I get on set, things will just sort of come out. Yeah.
Was it the same way for you, Elsaphan?
No, like I did research. Hardworking actor. I lost weight, like against anyway. So I feel like the team. It's very important for the team to gel. Yeah. And the directors. The director, the team, the DOP. Everyone was invested in it. It felt like a holiday for us. Not the work was a lot, but it felt like we had gone somewhere and we were just having holiday. But the character, as you saw, is a very layered human being.
Yes.
And there are very many times that Mbithi would just tell me, less is more. Less is more. So how did I didn't really, yes, I had to be there to wake up, I had to eat and stuff, but then the work started when we started going through the script with the cast and crew.
How you pull this off? You had to be in one scene. There's two of you, and I don't want to give it all away again. So speak about it delicately, Mbithi, without giving it all away. How that came about?
Yeah, so once, as Mugambi said, you know, we were playing, I was about to say Mugash, I said it anyway, but we were playing with all these ideas of just things that would be interesting visually to represent some of the things the characters are going through. And then, you know, this film had a very limited budget, so we had to be really creative.
It doesn't look like that.
That is really a big credit to the entire team. We had an amazing crew that made very impossible, like things that would seem impossible happen on no resources whatsoever. A lot of the visual effects were very kienyeji. But going by responses from the audiences, people really loved it.
We did.
Which goes a long way, you know, the makeup artists, the cameras team, everyone worked hard with the limited resources we had to pull off this imagination that we had written, and it was just, it was great.
And it's gone on to be quite a big hit on the festival circuit.
Yeah, which...
how many countries have you been to? How many festivals?
Just promoting the film and talking about it and showing it to now. Yes.
From September to now, the film has been to, I think, about probably 13 festivals.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I haven't been to all of them. But yeah, you know, after the world premiere at Toronto, which we didn't expect. You know, this movie for us was an experiment, just in our craft to see what we can make up if we just let go. And the response has been overwhelming. So yeah, we won the Critics Prize in Toronto, and from there there was a snowball effect. We went to AFI in LA, Palm Springs, where we won another, and we received a special mention. In Europe, we've played in Copenhagen, Stockholm, London, Edinburgh,
Asia.
Njora went and represented us at Goa, at the Indian International Film Festival. So it's really just traveled in a way we didn't expect.
All right, I want to play that though from the Toronto acceptance, because I really like that
It's very cool.
that acceptance.
Yeah,
It is very
I do.
cool, right?
Yeah, it's
and for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, this is it.
Vipreshi is pleased to present the prize in the Discovery Program to an exciting, unique new voice in cinema, Mbithi Masya, for his debut feature, Kati Kati.
Jeez, okay. To just explain how much I wasn't expecting this, I was dressed for the airport. And I stopped by the aquarium on my way before I got a call to come here. Okay, I don't know where to start, sorry, I wrote just a quick list. Thank you so much, Cameron, Tiff, everyone at TIFF for giving our little film a chance to be seen by the world. Thank you so much to the jury for this means a lot to everyone who worked on this. Yeah, just quick thanks. I'd love to thank our production team, Sarika, who gave me the call about almost 2 years ago now to work on this project, and everyone at One Fine Day Films. Thank you so much. Hey.
Let's clap. Now, that's a good time to clap. And you said your mother would give you grief for not wearing a suit.
Yeah, but she didn't.
She didn't give you. I mean, she was happy. You won.
Either way, yeah.
This is. I'm sure everybody's proud. Your wife was here 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And she said very nice things.
Even me, I can say nice things about her.
Now you can say. This is a cute say nice things about her.
She's amazing. She's the best. There's no one like her. What else should I say?
I think you've covered it.
Okay.
This is not your first film, though. You've been around the scene.
Yes. I've done a couple of films, most of them for Africa Magic. The first film I did was called I Am Slave. That was a UK production company that came here to shoot it. Yeah, so I've kind of grown in that.
You know what I like about all of you guys on the set right now is you're all kind of multi-talented people. You're kind of hyphenated because you need one thing and then another, so that if you're used, for instance, actor for Mugambi's, it does not begin to describe all of your talents, which are considerable.
Thank you.
And also there's a certain ad you're in which they play 37 times every hour.
It's funny, on the way here, I passed through the street with the clubs.
Yes.
And I did not realize so many people watch TV, man. Because everyone from the Wochi to the Reveler to the to the street boy can recognize you, and that feels good. The reason why we do these things is because you really have to fill up the time. You have to fill up the clock, and you have to fill up the bank. I mean, you have to pay your rent. We have to show up in clothing. So we just we do what we can. And
no, when you moved back, you used to live in the States and you moved back, and was this what you imagined you would be doing?
No, not
really?
at all. I did not imagine it to turn out like this. Yeah, I didn't think that I was going to be ending up writing a film. With Mbithi, who I've known for many years, I didn't think it would go this far. It was a dream. You can dream a certain way, and you look back and be like, you know, that thing I was dreaming about didn't exactly turn out the way I wanted, but I'm happy. Like, I like how it is.
It turned out in a nice way either way.
Yeah.
You also sing.
Yes, I do.
Really?
Guys.
People, do you not know her at all? Did you just
I know, they don't. They just pretend to
Seriously.
be my friend. No, I do sing as well.
Look at you.
Look at all of them acting.
I know.
You all do nothing to know this for
I did not.
I didn't know.
She sings.
Really, Njora?
I did not know that you sing.
You didn't know something.
You didn't kind of break into a tune on set.
I did sing on set the time you were in front of your tent with my guitar. I had a guitar on set.
All I remember on set is that you used to be sent for chocolate. In the middle of nowhere, and she's being sent chocolate, wine,
Someone who's sitting behind the camera.
We know,
Like
like
someone who's accompanied her to studio tonight.
He's my fiance.
He was also just hanging around on set, making sure.
On set.
He would send them, and we were in Sabo East.
in Sabo East.
By the Galana River.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
somehow we found a way to deliver.
Dude. And brothers the game.
He made all of us look like such idiots.
Mbithi, what have you been sending your wife lately? From Toronto, perhaps.
Clover leaves.
Maple leaf.
Maple leaves. Like that is everything to me. They all the same. It is not
Name someone who has the world.
Nicely played.
That's how this happened.
Nicely played. You know, I was actually in class with your wife.
Really?
Yes. In Deo. And I was in class with your
My
mother.
mom, she told me.
I was in Daystar for 8 years, don't ask.
I was going to say that's a generational.
Like, how old are you?
I know.
He repeated like he was.
That guy.
I know. When you think about it, his wife and then her mother, it's just like, the difference is huge.
You love education.
Graduate.
I did graduate actually. I picked up my degree this week finally, 3 years later. Yes, I did.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I wonder what I'll do with it.
Do you know Kabi auditioned for 12 Years a Slave?
No way.
What?
Yes.
What? Oh, wow.
She was considered for the role that Lupita ended up playing in 12 Years a Slave, and she auditioned for.
Oh, incredible.
Yeah.
Wow. That is
Kabi
amazing.
is a big deal, man.
Oh my gosh.
It's kind of a big deal.
Also, she
So
pays
Njora.
publicity.
She paid for this.
She paid the
I'll give you your money.
Actually, we went to publicist. Njora is not new to our viewers. You've done things for us.
Yes.
You've come and performed on the show.
Yes.
What is it you don't do?
I don't sleep well. I don't sleep well, but maybe 2017 is the year. 8 hours. Maybe it's
8
the
hours. Good. Start with 6, man. Pace yourself.
Yeah,
You can grow it to 8.
Yeah.
So you're a performer. You're a spoken word
artist.
Artist.
Yeah.
You're an actor.
Yes.
You're a what else?
Dancer.
You're a dancer.
A script writer. Both screen and stage.
It's almost midnight. Let's not go on.
Okay.
But you can summarize real quick.
Yes, yeah, and many. Oh, I have to say this.
Yes.
Hi, mom. Hi, dad. Hi, brother. Hi, sister.
Pateni Njora close up. Try it again.
Okay. Hi, mom. Hi, dad. Hi, brother. Hi,
Unafanya
sister.
kamera gani? Ako kamera gani?
3.
Z.
Ni?
Ako kam gani?
Sindio?
Kam 3.
Yeah.
As you are.
Yeah. Please. Tunane.
Unajiangalia tu uangalie kamera.
Oh.
I know he's looking at things on the monitor.
Look at the camera.
Mommy, I'm on screen. Look.
And then this is when you ask, is he an actor really?
I know, like seriously.
Yeah, because you're not supposed to look at the camera.
I know.
That's right.
Yeah.
You see,
I also
he's an
auditioned
actor.
for
What did you audition?
Yeah, so no, I didn't, not for House of Lingula, but
Maybe you should have auditioned for House of
I wouldn't
Lupula.
have gotten it. I swear, I wouldn't have gotten it.
Yeah.
Our men are running
Living out
wild. So
the
let's-
reality of the film every day.
Oh my God.
On national television. On national
You
television.
think this interview just will go on forever?
Wow, yeah, because they all are going home. You have to leave
But
the
may I
building
say
together.
something about Katikati?
Please do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like this was my best experience on set. I feel the level of professionalism was amazing. And it's not that we didn't set a tukukosana. We did, but there were proper channels of addressing each issue. And I feel like we can take this experience to every set that we go to. And also, like, this is a dream come true. That the guys will go for either Prestige or Junction, and we pay for a movie, a big screen movie, a feature film, and I'll be in it.
That's amazing.
For me, that's a dream
That's
come
a big
true.
You made it, man.
Yeah.
It's a
Can I
big
just
deal.
say though, this film features some great acting from
Yeah.
people like Roy King Monia and Paulo Gola,
Yeah.
and
Peter
you,
King,
Peter King, and you are amazing in this because I think you take on a very difficult role where you have to be multiple personalities, and you carry it with such poise.
Thank you, man.
That's really something to talk about.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
he
you
was
very
very,
much.
very, very good in it, I
Yeah.
must say.
Absolutely.
Could have done better.
Your cameo was
That's it.
Man, keep them in.
It's a way to back the brothers Bible, man.
You did tough.
We keep each other in check. Like that.
This is how you do it, yeah?
They do the same.
We spent, Mbithi and I spent 5 months writing this film.
Wow.
And the number of hours we spent philosophizing and talking about what the afterlife is like, it caused us to delve into our own lives, and I think we shared a lot of stuff about our own personal lives. And when you put that amount of work into a screenplay, you hope that the cast that comes through and all the crew that are going to be surrounding it are as passionate about the idea as you are. And I think the vision that we had was surpassed by
They
these
carried it
guys.
well.
Yeah.
They did. Mbithi, was this your first full feature-length film?
Yes, this was the first one, which is why its success has been surprising for all of us. Yeah, before that, obviously I was just playing around with Just a Band, you know, making stuff.
I like how you say I was playing around with Just a Band.
No.
Because Just a Band is kind of the sound of our generation, and you guys, you need to get back together soon. Can we start a petition?
This is like, yeah, so we agreed to yes.
We can review.
Too long.
But
Sorry,
you see,
all your guys up.
you can complain if we're not doing anything. But then here I am with a movie.
I know.
Bill is releasing music
He's-
every other day.
Yeah.
He's working on his solo album.
Right.
Dan is releasing a graphic novel.
Oh, wow.
Well,
Yeah.
Things are
about
happening.
Just a Band, their music featured a lot on the film.
Yeah.
And they're very because it was free. But it worked out. I mean, the music, the soundtrack of the film is really, really good.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
The
I
sound
love
design.
and we saw the nod to your wife in the end.
Yes, that was because also there's one of her songs from her first album
Yes.
called "Find Us a Way" that inspired a lot of the tone and emotion
I
in the
love
film.
that song.
It's a beautiful
It's
song.
an amazing song.
It's
His wife is Mayonde, by the way. Remember her from the show 2 weeks ago? Yes, that pretty lady.
I'm sure
She's taken,
Kenya
sorry.
remembers.
The Kenya remember.
Everyone remembers.
Yeah, everyone remembers.
sauce like That's for you. That's for you.
That's a good song.
It is a very good song.
Very good song.
It's a very good song. So Just a Band, and what is it, a year left now?
Yeah. So it's almost been a year since we announced our break. So we still meet up, we still hook up, we're still boys, you know. So it's just that thing. It's also time for us to kind of seek new inspiration, so that when we do come back with new music, it's fresh. You know, you also want to be.
When?
That's
When,
right.
not if.
I said when.
When?
When?
Okay,
I said
when? You corrected yourself.
When?
Yeah, you saw I
I saw you.
Atupendi ujinga.
Not playing around with
Yeah.
Not playing around.
But also,
Yes.
if I can say something, not just not blowing his horn, but I'm not surprised that he did well, because I've worked with him on one of the Just a Band videos, the Half and Puff, which was like, if ever you ask me, can you show me how are you good in acting, or are you an actor? I'll show you that music video. And so I wasn't surprised that this did so well. In fact, I remember whenever we hit a speed bump, he asked me, okay, so what do we do? Let's just make more. You know, we can be, all of us, we can be those Hollywood alliances, you know, like Tim Burton and Johnny Depp, or I don't know the
Coen
others.
brothers. Yeah.
But
Yes.
speaking of Hollywood, your song was used in Sense8, which is incredible.
Yes,
It's a
yes.
band.
Yeah, that was dope.
That was pretty dope, I think.
A lot
It's
of
not the first time that Just a Pen song has been used on a Hollywood film, right?
no, we were in Half and Puff was also used in House at the End of the Street with Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh, really?
A few years ago.
What?
Yeah, it's great.
You are 12 years
Planning
asleep.
things about each other here.
Yeah, no, but,
I'm just really glad I could set this up.
Thank you.
no, but I think Sense8 is one of those things that is also a testimony to the industry that guys are talking about, the professionals who are working in the Kenyan industry.
Yeah.
How good we're getting is the fact that this major, huge production that costs hundreds of millions of dollars shoots a third of its, not a third, but an eighth of its production here in Kenya. And going by all the responses I've heard from the production team from out there, they love working here, and they especially working with Kenyans. So it's not that they come and then they just use our resources and leave, but they actually love the capacity that the industry has right now, which also I just say says a lot and about where I think the industry is going to go, because there are very amazing, talented people who are working right now in the industry. So I just know, like,
Also, just to throw in, I'll be in Sense8 season 2.
Oh, you're in Sense8 season 2?
Yeah, season 2, man. I'm in
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Are you like-
yeah. You don't believe it?
Sometimes I don't believe
You know season
they
2
have
already
to see
shot,
to
right?
believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in it.
Congratulations, man. I know a bunch of people who are in Sense8 and they're all incredible. The Kenyans in there. Katikati is showing right now in Nairobi and Kisumu. Where?
so it's showing, if you check your national newspaper for the timings and everything, or
Netflix.co.ke.
any cinema listings.
Right.
It's at Prestige, it's at Junction, it's all Planet Media cinemas.
Right. Yeah.
And you can just check the timings because each of them have a different kind of
We've
slot.
made it easy for you. It's on the trend social media, on Facebook, on Twitter, on the gram. We've kind of pinned it at the top of the page, so you just go out there and check out the trend live on Facebook,
Thank
on
you,
Twitter,
Nadi.
and you can find where it's showing in Nairobi and Kisumu.
Thanks.
So
That's
And
nice.
Mombasa in 2 weeks.
Thank you.
And Mombasa in 2 weeks, coming Mombasa in 2 weeks.
Yes.
I have, this is perhaps the greatest Kenyan film I've ever watched. So you please go out and watch it. It's really amazing. I must tell you that.
Thank you.
Before you go, let's look at the Twitters, man. What are they saying on the Twitters? Okay, Kristen Maya is looking through all of that, Kristen.
Yes, I am.
Yes.
The first question is from Kenyan. He's asking, will there be Katikati Part 2?
Yeah, there's.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Where Mugambi is Meklande.
Oh yes! Oh yes!
Theories, you never know.
You never know.
Okay, Kristen, what else is out there?
All right. Triza Ogunda saying, I just watched Katikati tonight. I love that the music was done by a local band. They've just talked about that.
I was blown away, which is nice.
Yes. Victor K saying the Katikati team is definitely taking the Kenyan film industry on another level. Most definitely. And Eric Morocco is saying the film industry in Kenya is really struggling. Is there hope for a better future? I'm really into filming, writing a script.
That's a reality check,
Yeah.
though, Mbithi. I mean, you can start on that.
Yeah, no. Because we basically, yes, it is still a struggling industry, so to speak, in terms of making films commercially, because the business side of it hasn't been figured out, so the money, whenever money is not a sure thing, whenever it's not worked out in a way that benefits everyone, because the team, the work that goes into making a film is, there are people from, like, for 2 years you're working on something, and there are people every step of the way, and you have to figure out a way to reward all of them for their work in a way that makes sense. But what I think, I will still say that there is hope,
Oh yeah.
because there is still passion. And as long as that passion continues, even the music industry was struggling a few years ago.
Yeah.
Like,
Now it's thriving.
if we think back and remember how Ogopa was like, oh wow.
Yeah.
Like
Ogopa is...
like Ogopa are the ones who turned, and Clemo, they're the ones who kind of flipped the script, and then the guys were like, wait a minute, this music thing is actually, because in the 90s you could count probably all the acts you knew in one hand, the Kenyan acts. In 2000s, if I tell you to name,
Right now it's amazing.
and I think the same thing it's happened with TV. There are no Kenyan TV productions, but now we're full of programming by locals, and I think same thing will happen with film. We just have to persevere, keep up the hope, and keep getting better,
Yeah.
like self-improving.
Yes, that's true.
And
like,
you can,
sorry, go ahead.
you can also do a lot with creativity. Like even where money is lacking, if you have something creative, then it'll just carry itself.
That's true.
You know?
I need to say though, and I like the very optimistic point of view of my esteemed colleagues. Mbithi has done the festival circuit. I've done the festival circuit for Nairobi Half Life, and if there's one thing I know that's consistent in any film that shows up at a festival, it happens via collaboration. And I doubt there's any film I've seen that has not involved some government contribution or some government influence. And I must say, when the credits were rolling for Katikati, the presence of the Kenyan government was very, very.
We did see a shout out to
there was
the
no
German,
KFC, no KFCB,
right.
And we know what KFCB is.
KFCB wants to ban things. They don't want to support
They
things.
don't want to,
That has to be said.
It does, yeah. And I'm glad that you say that. So I really wish that
it's a total shame that instead of supporting an industry that's growing, all they're interested in is trying to regulate morality.
Thank you, and regulate in huge quotes. Yeah, it's really But shout out to Ezekiel Mutua.
No shout out to Ezekiel Mutua on my show.
Cheers.
It's a superiority complex thing.
But I wish that the amount of energy that he puts into censoring was put into actually building the industry, because they don't realize they're retroactively just destroying the industry. They don't know that they're doing this. I wish KFC was involved. I wish Wario's ministry was involved. Wario talks a lot, but I don't see any result of that. So I think that the government needs to step in and do something to build the industry monetarily. Let the money talk.
Right.
Yeah. And also I feel artists in society there to sort of challenge the status quo, because that's how society grows.
Exactly.
So if you silence them, then you're not going to have growth.
But if I was to throw in a different take on this, I feel like as artists we are not challenging ourselves. I feel like multidisciplinary people over here, but it has taken us a very long time for us to be able to do this Katikati film. I think we need to challenge ourselves. We need to say that if the bar is here, we need to take it up, because art thrives in struggle. And yes, there's Mr. Ezekiel Mutua, but they are always there in every country, every whatever. There's someone who is going to be like Ezekiel Mutua, and it's important for him to be there so that the art can overcome that hurdle. And when we overcome that hurdle, that's when we'll start to see, hey, by the way, Kati Kati, yes, right now it's a big film, but we can do so much more. There are so many stories, Kenyan stories that we haven't told, and I feel like we can't keep waiting for someone or some savior to come and solve things for us. We just have to go out there and do stuff.
Well said. Final comments, because I think we've covered it, man. I must point out the Nairobi Film Festival is on right now. It's not just showing Katikati. There's a bunch of other great Kenyan films. Dangerous Affair, Nairobi Half Life, Maria.
From a Whisper.
Sorry?
From a Whisper.
From a Whisper. And they're showing at all of these different theaters. I believe that the Prestige?
Yeah, so it's showing between the Prestige and the Elephant on Kenyatta Road for the next 2 weekends. If you check out social media, MBO Film Fest on Facebook, Twitter, you can check out the schedule. Please come out. The main reason for doing this is to celebrate Kenyan cinema, because Katikati is not the first. Nairobi Half Life wasn't the first. There have been many before it, and we just wanted to really celebrate the filmmakers who, in spite of the struggle, still managed to make something. And the tickets are just 500 bob. Please come through. I don't know, should I look at someone?
You want to look at someone? Yes, look at someone on this camera.
Come through, please.
Yes,
please come in MBO Film Fest on Facebook, Twitter. You can check out the schedule.
Awesome, guys. Thank you so much for coming out.
Thank you.
And excellent work on the film. One more time, I wish you guys nothing but all the very best.
Thank you very much.
Again, go out and watch Katikati. It's available right now. Planet Media Cinemas in Nairobi and Kisumu, and coming to Mombasa in 2 weeks. So we've pinned that on our social media, on Twitter, on Facebook, on the gram. So that's an easy way to find where and when.